We'd like to welcome you to this marquee game here in week number 5 of the Retro Bowl League, as today the Cincinnati Bengals are taking on the undefeated Buffalo Bills. As we take a look at the standings of both these respective divisions, the Bengals, even though they have a 2-2 record, they are third in their division, but they have a chance to tie the Cleveland Browns for second after this game with a win. Meanwhile, for the Buffalo Bills, they remain undefeated, and they are in first place by a comfortable margin within their division. Alright, ready for this much anticipated showdown between the Bengals and the Bills. Cincinnati Bengals are going to get the football first at their own 24-yard line, first down for the Cincinnati Bengals. What a game this should be. Here's the very first play from scrimmage, and it's an interception from the Buffalo defense. What a start for Buffalo. Oh my goodness, I don't think anybody was expecting an interception on the first play. We're expecting this to be a very high-scoring game, but the Bills with the early takeaway. And this could be huge for Buffalo, because Buffalo's had some turnover problems of their own. So for them to get the first takeaway of this game could be huge for the Bills. Alright, so now Buffalo with the ball, first down and 10. With very good field position. Here's a first down and more. Inside the 20. Breaking tackles. Inside the 15 and a 21-yard gain. Buffalo already knocking on the door. After the takeaway. First down. To the end zone. Touchdown. What a start for the Bills. And that is how you cash in off of takeaways. Very costly interception to start for the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Bills make them pay. The Bills, if you see what I did there. All right, the extra point. Bills make them pay. 7-0 for Buffalo. And you see why they are undefeated. They've had a very good... They might not have the best offense in Retro Bowl. Might not have the best defense, but I would say they have a top 5 offense, top 5 defense, probably one of the most well-balanced teams in all of Retro Bowl. You see their run defense there, shutting down the Bengals there on that play. Only a gain of 1. Second down and 9 for Cincinnati. The pass over the middle is complete. There's a nice block and a first down past the 40-yard line. And the Bengals with a big play here on this drive. First down for Cincinnati. Here is the throw. It is complete. It's a first down in the Buffalo territory, past the 40, and a 19-yard gain. Yeah, the Bengals just got to forget about that interception and try to, turn it around. This pass, tight traffic. I mean, that was good defense by Buffalo. Falls incomplete. Second down and 10. Pressure is coming. Has to get rid of it. He does. It is complete. It's a first down to the 25. And a pickup of 14 yards. Yeah, the Bengals quarterback did a very good job handling the pressure from Buffalo. First down. Wide open. Another first down for Cincinnati to around the 10-yard line. Picking up 14 yards. The Bengals offense on a roll here on this drive. Watch out. Pressure once again, but he gets it away. And it's a touchdown. And Cincinnati responds. That is certainly due. The Buffalo Bills have been all over the quarterback in this game, but the Cincinnati quarterback's done a pretty good job handling the pressure as he gets the way right there and throws a touchdown pass. The extra point is good. This game is all tied up at 7. And again, a very anticipated game. Got an undefeated team here, Buffalo, against the 2-2 Bengals in a very tough division. As here's the pass down the field. He's got a receiver for the first down and more. And a 25-yard gain inside the 40. What a start to the drive for the Bills. Yeah, what a start indeed. We got a replay on this. Lots of time. But that receiver just completely outran multiple defenders. Just no one wanted to catch up to him, it seemed like. First down for the Bills. My goodness. Buffalo's offense continuing to be impressive. That pass incomplete. Second down and 10 for Buffalo. Over the middle. It is complete. Good tackle made, but not before the Bills get the first down, as we are at the end of the first quarter with the game all tied at 7. Right about to start the second quarter. First down for Buffalo. Go. Nope, that's miscommunication. Yeah, he was trying to throw to a different receiver who ended up cutting back inside. Luckily, it's harmlessly to the ground. Move on to the next play. And a sack by the Bengals defense. Yeah, big defensive play for Cincinnati. Sets up a third down and long for Buffalo. Third down and 16 to be exact. Waiting, throwing down the field. It falls incomplete, and the Bills are going to have to settle for 3. This is going to be a 44-yard field goal. This is for the lead here in the second quarter. Here is the kick, and it is no good. And the Bills come away empty-handed. Yeah, that's a missed opportunity for the Buffalo Bills. That sack ended up being a killer. Made it a long field goal and just too long to go to convert a third down as well. So, got to give them credit. And now the Bengals get sacked. So both defenses are really stepping up after, touchdowns for both teams to start the game early in this one. This pass, that's just off the mark. Both offenses really having a tough time right now. Third down and 16. They have a long way to go. They need to get to the 40-yard line. This pass is complete and well short of the first down. The Bengals are going to go 3 and out. You got to punt the football. Yeah, I mean, both defenses with big plays on their last drives. Now the Bills with the ball. Here is the toss. There's a nice move. Here's a nice run. Broken tackle. First down. Running down the sideline and picking up 14 yards. Good start to this drive for the Bills. First down. Here is the pass, but it is a little bit off the mark. A little too strong for the receiver there on the right side of the field. Incomplete. Second down. Here's a pass, but that's just off the mark, and Bills quarterback having some trouble right now connecting with his receivers. There's been a couple of inaccurate passes on the last few passes. Third down, waiting, throwing, it is caught, and he has the first down inside the 40. Nice move, and a 20-yard gain inside the 35. That was a huge third down conversion for Buffalo. They really want to get some points here before halftime. First down. Here is the throw over the middle. Got him. First down. Inside the 10 and all the way for the touchdown. 33 yards and the Bills have the lead. What a play over the middle. This is a beautiful throw from the Bills quarterback. Had some trouble with the last couple of throws, but that one was just a dart. Perfect throw. A couple broken tackles. The Bills take it to the house, and looks like the Bills' offense is back on track now after the last drive. Didn't really go the way they wanted it to. Now they got pushed out of field goal range. All right, the extra point is good, 14-7. And the Bills are also going to get the ball to start the second half. Remember, the Bengals threw that interception on their opening drive, so Bills have a chance to really increase the lead, especially Buffalo does not get any points here. That pass falls incomplete as the pressure was on. Second down and 10 for Cincinnati. That pass also incomplete. Bengals really having some trouble offensively here. Again, they went 3 and out on their last drive, trying to avoid that again. Third down, here's the throw. It is caught, but nowhere to go. Wow. Not really sure why the Bengals called timeout. It's fourth down. That was a brain fart. Yeah, they got to punt this football. 12 seconds to go. So first down for the Bills. You wouldn't really think they have much time to do anything. That pass is complete. Uh-oh, there he goes. He has halfway to go, past the 50. Can he take it all the way on the final play to half? Inside the 30, the 20. He might go to the 10, to the 5, and a touchdown from 83 yards out. Incredible. Oh my goodness, how does that happen if you're the Bengals? A lot of people are probably going to be criticizing the Bengals for calling that timeout on fourth down, but really it didn't matter because the timeout didn't end up playing a factor because that happened on one play. But oh my goodness, the Bengals defense completely gave up that. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. 83 yards, one of the longest touchdowns we've had all season, and it's now 21-7, and the Bills get the ball to start the second half after it was looking promising for Cincinnati. A rough way to end the half for the Bengals. Yeah, allowing 2 touchdowns at the end of the first half, and they also went 3 and out on their last 2 drives. So, yeah, a rough way to end the first half for the Bengals. All right, about to start the second half. The Bills getting the ball to start the second half for their own 35-yard line. My goodness, though, this game, the Bills score here. This game could get away from Cincinnati. The Bills have scored 14 unanswered points, and they get the ball here to start the second half. Gonna wait. He has all day. No one even rushing the quarterback, and it's a first down for Buffalo to the 45-yard line. Yeah, Cincinnati really falling apart here. First down. The pass to the running back, I believe, as there's a nice first down, picking up 12 yards. And the Bills are starting to pour it on here. Yeah, I mean, Bengals really need a takeaway, it feels like. Here is a completion for the first down. There he goes. It's a foot race inside the 10. At the 10, rather. And a nice tackle made. 23-yard gain. It's going to be first down for the Bills. Here's a quick pass to the right side. It is complete. Picking up 7 yards inside the 5. The Bills knocking on the door, trying to get into the end zone once again. 2nd and 3. Here is the run. 2-yard gain. I think the Bills are in 4-down territory right here. 3rd and 1. The run. Unable to get... I guess they can get a first down at the half-yard line, but unable to get it into the end zone or across that first down line. 4th and 1. They are going to go for it. Here is the toss, and he's definitely not in the end zone, and I don't think he got the first either. No, a turnover. The Bengals will take over. Wow. That was kind of a funny situation where they could get the first down at the half-yard line, but unable to get the first down. But the Bengals, though, they're pinned in their own territory, so they need to be careful. They're going to run the ball. Watch out. Oh, that could have been bad. We have not had a safety yet this season. Looks like the Bengals are going to avoid that. Although the quarterback's still throwing from his own end zone, so maybe not yet. Sacked for the safety! Oh my goodness. It is the first safety of the season, and it belongs to Buffalo. I think they should have ran the ball again just to give the quarterback some more breathing room, but... Oh my goodness. Quarterback, you just gotta get rid of the football. Did not see the defender coming at him, and it's a safety, and the Bills now with the ball. My goodness. What a crazy game this has been. Here's a nice run. 7-yard gain. This game has completely gone away from Cincinnati. 2nd down and 3. Here comes the pressure. Gets rid of it. Complete. Into Bengals territory in a first down. Yeah, I mean, the Bills at this point, they can start chewing some clock, and if they win this game, they'll be 5-0. I mean, Bills looking like a Retro Bowl contender. 2nd down and 10. Here is the throw. It is complete. It's a first down for Buffalo. But what a performance so for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, other than the turnover on downs, they've not turned the ball over yet, and that has been an issue for Buffalo this season, as we're at the end of the 3rd quarter. All right, starting the 4th quarter, first down. Here is the run. They're just going to chew some clock. Nothing there. 2nd down and 10. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they had such a good start to the season, but they're in such a tough division. Here's a first down and more. They're going to be 2 and 3. Bengals are in a real tough division. You know, I got the Browns. You got the still undefeated Ravens, who are going to be playing next against Miami. I mean, the Bills and the Ravens look like one of the 2 best teams in Retro Bowl. I mean, you got the Bears as well, who are also undefeated still. 2nd down and 11. Here's the pass. Complete for the touchdown. And another thing about the Bills and the Ravens. So they're both undefeated, right? You know who there's a week 9 matchup that just happens to be between the Bills and the Ravens. I don't want to hype it up too much, but I mean that could be a big game. Wouldn't that be something if they were both undefeated? But obviously still a long way to go. As the extra point is good, 30-7. Although the Bills' schedule, I mean, next week they do play the struggling Jets, so that obviously should be a win. But are there trap games in Retro Bowl? I'm not sure yet. I mean, but maybe that could be a trap game. I don't think it will be because that Raven matchup isn't until week 9, so they're not quite looking too far ahead to that matchup just yet. Bengals just trying to get something positive here. They're going to play the Pittsburgh Steelers next week, who just got their first win of the season against the New York Jets this week. The run picking up a yard. 2nd down and 9 for Cincinnati. Gonna wait, gonna fire. An interception! And the Bengals throw another one. Yeah, this has been a rough day for the Bengals. This is a difficult throw in between two defenders. Has to be perfect, and it wasn't. And this has been a beatdown on this one. Total blowout. Yeah, I mean, this game was 7-7 at one point. It's all Buffalo after that. Here is a pass that is complete. 1st down for Buffalo, running inside the 30. There he goes. One man to beat. And the defender does make the tackle at the 21-yard line. Yeah, here's a little short throw. Nothing too fancy, really. And that was a nice block. I give credit to some of the blocking that the Bills have done in this game. 1st down for Buffalo. And here is a wide open receiver. All the way to the 5. Yeah, and if you're Buffalo, I'll just start running the ball now. You don't want it to seem like you're running up the score. I'm not suggesting the Bills are, but you want to call conservative play calling, just, to be respectful. And that is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Here is the run. Here is a touchdown. He walks in. Yep. This has been total domination for Buffalo. I don't think anybody expected this. The Bills are going to remain undefeated. They're going to improve to 5-0 on the season. They have been so dominant. I mean, it's pretty crazy to think that the Bills were 1 yard away from losing in week 1 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy overtime game. Since then, it feels like Buffalo's wins have been more dominant as the season has gone on. So at the start of the season, they were not dominating opponents at all. They were winning close games, but this game has been a beatdown. There's a sack for the Buffalo defense. This pass is going to be completed. We're going to have one more play of this game. Bills have scored 30 unanswered points. 30. This is going to be the final play of the game. And this play will be taken to midfield. And that is it. The Bills with a dominant performance over the Cincinnati Bengals as they blow them out 37-7. And as you can see on the screen, there was a safety in the 3rd quarter. It's the first safety of the season. It looked like the Bengals were safe, far away from the end zone, but they got sacked in the end zone for the safety. Now take a look at standings. Buffalo 5-0. It's going to be tough for Miami to catch them, especially because the Dolphins have Baltimore, and that game coming up next. And in Cincinnati, I mean, if Cincinnati loses to Pittsburgh next week, all of a sudden they're going to be in last in the division, so it's kind of a must-win for the Bengals next week. Thank you for watching. The Buffalo Bills defeat the Bengals 37-7. More Retro Bowl action to come right after this.